got so much to get to today. We'll talk about the Chiefs. We'll talk about the Niners. We'll talk about the Chargers. We'll talk about the Bengals. We'll talk about Deion Sanders. We'll talk about all of these things. But for now, we got to talk about the emergency breaking news. Chase, what is your reaction to DJ being benched?
Tell me you're tanking without telling me you're tanking. Like, what are we doing? Like, you're benching Daniel Jones. I get it. It's for the injury guarantee. He's owed $23 million next year if he were to get hurt. It's a redo of what happened with Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. I understand that. But you signed Drew Lock to a 1-year, $5 million deal.
Yeah.
He has been dressing as the backup the entire year, but you decide you're going to go with Tommy DeVito? Like, for me, that makes no sense at all. To me, this tells me that they're tanking.
Yeah.
That they are tanking for Shadur Sanders or Cam Ward. That's what this tells me. And if you knew this was going to be the case, Joe Shane, who's the GM, you paid him $40 million a year. You decide to let Saquon walk.
Yep.
You decide to let your whole franchise go in the way of Daniel Jones. You knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Like, this Daniel Jones is he's not been playing well. And so for you to go out there, for you to say, we're bypassing Drew Lock to get to Tommy DeVito, I don't like it.
I think it is malpractice. This is managerial malpractice, what you are seeing from the New York Giants. I would suggest that the managers of this team shouldn't even be able to manage for a time being, if ever again, in the National Football League. They are stealing from the New York Giants fan base, if we are being honest. With 6 to 7 games remaining to play, if you are already going to start tanking for all intents and purposes, that is unfair to the fan base and it's unfair to the organization. Furthermore, how is it malpractice? Remember, just 4 months ago, GM Joe Shane, he said, hey, you're paying a guy, Daniel Jones, $40 million. It's not to hand it off to a $12 million back. Let's put a name on that $12 million back. That $12 million back, Saquon Barkley, one of the most electrifying players in the National Football League. He is on pace to break the rushing record for the Philadelphia Eagles single season, who's held by the Hall of Famer sitting to my right. That's the guy that you just let walk out of the building in Saquon Barkley, one of the most talented players in his prime in the National Football League. Malpractice by the managerial staff, malpractice by the New York Giants. That's my reaction. It's a shame, really a shame.
You know what's a shame is that all these great people you talked about, we want to talk about today.
Yes, sir.
In the team meeting, you see Deion Sanders, this and that. And we started off the block with Daniel Jones. What are we talking about? Right? And the only time you're going to talk about him is for the bad. It's for negativity because he's not that good. And then I'm not going to sit here and even talk about, where the Giants go from here. Because he should never even started. Talking about we benched him now. He should never been a starter. And then when we starting, you decide to pay him and not Saquon Barkley, and now your rival is one of the best teams in football because of who?
Saquon Barkley.
Because of Saquon Barkley. So I'm upset, man. Wait, am I upset? Because I'm kind of happy because we got Saquon. We're winning. I just hate that the way that the league is going, right? Because we want to focus and emphasize everything on the quarterback, right? And no matter how good he is or how bad he is, if you're a decent quarterback or okay, we want to make you the face. And that's not football. There's been so many teams that win games by good defense, by really good running backs, some really good wide receivers, and an okay quarterback. There's nothing wrong with that. But now we don't want to do that no more. It's like, okay, we can have Saquon at $12 million a year running back. We got to pay Daniel Jones $40 million. He got to be the face. For what? Now look at him. We're talking about tanking. They were tanking before he got benched because he's that bad. So, I mean, I am, one of my favorite movies is our Godfather, though. So, Chase. DeVito, I'm rocking with it.
Okay. Tommy Cutlets.
But I can tell that it means more to you, though, from being a backup, because you talked about the money that old boy made. What's his name?
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock, who's really good, though.
Yeah.
Solid. You know what I mean? He's not getting a chance to play. He's been number 2 all year now. The number 3's going to start. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, if we really keeping it a buck, though, all 3 of them the same. Drew Lock may be a hair better. Danny DeVito, Tommy DeVito, he did win games. He did win games last year. He did come in there and get the Giants a spark.
Right,
he did like they all in the same boat. You're gonna lose games with whoever's out there at quarterback.
That's true.
To be honest with you, man, it's frustrating because everybody needs to be fired except everybody needs to be fired. I was gonna Can I finish?
We might not finish.
But yeah.
I was going to say except Dayball, but Dayball had to approve of this quarterback. At his best, when Dayball was vouching for him, he got the best out of Daniel Jones. They went to the playoffs and beat the Minnesota Vikings. He got the best out of him. and it was very average. You knew that he wasn't a franchise quarterback from the get-go. But his best year was an average year and won a playoff win, and you gave him all this money. But the head coach had to vouch for that as well. So I blame everybody for putting the Giants in this situation. You're in this situation because you chose this quarterback, and at best, he was an average quarterback, and now he has everybody, including a really good football head coach, looking bad, about to lose their job.
Because you're undefeated. You know what I'm saying? You're undefeated, and every time you talk about going out there, you break the huddle down. Hey, we're going to go out there, because first it was three-peat. Now it's, okay, let's stay undefeated. Let's be the undefeated the whole year and then win a championship. No, let's slow it down now. So, first of all, it's a good team.
Yep.
The Bills are a really good team. So, I understand that. How about Josh Allen, man? That's my boy. They always beat Patrick Mahomes regular season. What's that mean?
Nothing.
Last year, Pat threw a lot of picks last year. What's that mean?
Yeah.
None of this matters at all. Only thing that matters is in the playoffs. After the game, Pat said, hey, man, hey, let's do this again later on, buddy.
Yep.
Love you, dog.
We're going to see you again?
And Josh and I bet. But if you really know what that means like, yeah, you got me.
We know what it means.
But you know what's going to happen when I see you later in the year, in the playoffs, where it matters. So I'm not really tripping about it. I mean, if you could just say like the way that Kelsey talked about it at the end of the game, they're like, whatever, we lost, cool.
Yeah.
Move on. Because they know the bigger picture. We talking about, I don't know if I know what we talking about. We talking about three-peating. We talking about winning this game or that game or who's the MVP favorite or who's this now, who's the best in the AFC. We not talking about what really matters. We about to three-peat. That's what they going for. So they lost to the Bills, cool. On the road, really good team, really good quarterback, coached very well with Sean McDermott. But that's not the main thing. And Jalen Hurts said it best. Let's keep the main thing.
The main thing.
Look, my reaction is, so what? Like, did we really think that the Chiefs were going to go undefeated?
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Man, come on. Like, it's so difficult to do. The 1972 Dolphins are popping champagne right now, and they always tweet out a picture when someone gets really close, and then it just happens again to where they just keep on keeping on, because it's really, really difficult to go undefeated in this league. Like, eventually, your deficiencies will catch up with you. And that's what I saw last night a little bit with Patrick Mahomes throwing 2 interceptions. He's not the deficiency in that offense. The offensive line has struggled, and you look at what Pat said, he was just like, hey, I'm glad this happened. And for me, it was like the Bills deserve to win this game. That's what I took out of the Chiefs' loss, is like the Chiefs didn't make enough plays down the stretch, but it's like, so what? Like, the ultimate goal is not to go undefeated. That'd be really cool, and it never been done before. The ultimate goal is to three-peat, which has never been done before.
Now.
So I think that is my reaction. And I even said, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost.
Yeah.
Even though I do still think the Chiefs are a better team. You play them in the playoffs, we know who's winning.
I mean, my reaction is Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills is legit.
Yeah.
This ain't really got nothing to do with the Kansas City Chiefs. They was the best team on that field all game long.
Yes, sir.
Clearly. Josh Allen and Patty Mahomes, they gonna have their battles and all that, but Josh Allen was the best quarterback on that field yesterday. Point blank, period. They showed that we are legit, right? We ain't have everybody saying we ain't got wins over quality opponents and all that type stuff, and are the Buffalo Bills legit and all that? Well, they let you know we're legit and we can compete for a championship with the best of them. And that's what this meant. That was my reaction to the game, like, oh, shoot, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are legit offensively and defensively. They got after Pat defensively. The really good defense that we thought the Kansas City Chiefs had, it didn't look like that elite defense against Josh Allen. Josh Allen had his way with that defense, running and throwing the football. So that's what was my reaction from the game. Like, I still thought the Chiefs was going to come back and win that game just because they did. But when Josh did what he did on fourth down, I said, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills is legit. That was my reaction to the game.
James, you play with fire, what's going to happen?
You're going to get burned.
Sooner or later, you're going to get burned.
More than this fire, though, dog.
Straight up.
Say that again? What'd you say?
No, I'm saying, he said if you play the fire, you're going to get burnt. But I'm saying you get burnt with all types of stuff more than this fire. Like,
you know Shady was a bad kid.
You know get burnt with all types of stuff, dog.
Like what, Shady?
Oh, man, tons of things. You know?
I'll put it like this. The Chiefs were playing with more than just fire in that case. Because the Chiefs nearly got burnt versus the Bucks. They nearly got burnt versus the Broncos. They nearly got burnt versus the Bengals. Nearly got burnt versus the Ravens. Eventually, if you keep playing with fire, one-possession games, you know you are going to get burnt. Yeah. The Bills were watching the tape like we all were watching the tape and saying, this is a beatable team.
Yeah.
They're watching the tape saying it shouldn't take a field goal like the Broncos needed to beat the Chiefs. I knew eventually it was only a matter of time because the Chiefs, and here's the most fascinating stat. Though the Chiefs have the best record in football, they were undefeated, they're 10th in point differential. Mm-hmm. They only got one loss, and they're 10th in point differential, meaning there are teams that have several more losses than the Chiefs, but dominate their opponent when they win. As though the Chiefs are winning, they don't even dominate their opponents. They win. So they win, don't make a mistake about it. But I knew it was only a matter of time. But as we were watching that game yesterday, I had to recalibrate my mind as an MVP voter.
Oh, talk about it.
I had, again, y'all know me. I'm an MVP voter as of last season. One of the most prestigious things I carry as someone in sports. Yeah. It makes me watch film more intently. It makes me be more intuitive as it pertains to the game of football. I had to recalibrate my mind as an MVP voter because I'm sitting here saying, Josh is currently the front runner for MVP. Josh Allen made it abundantly clear what he is doing, with whom he's doing it, makes him the front runner for MVP. His first overall pick this year, Keon Coleman, didn't play. The first overall pick last year, Dalton Kincaid, didn't play. And they still won the football game versus the best team in football. I see Josh Allen. I see Lamar Jackson. I see Jared Goff. I see Saquon Barkley. I see Patrick Mahomes. I see Justin Herbert. I see Kyler Murray. But most importantly, I see Josh Allen now as the front runner for MVP. 2 losses with that talent he's gone out there with. And since he's gotten Amari Cooper, that offense looks different. To me, he's just a different dude, Shady McCoy. He's a different dude.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like yesterday, I love watching Josh and Pat go at it, right, on the football field. Just because you get to see the level of the competitive nature of this game, which I feel like a lot of players don't have no more. And you see Josh. Because when Pat started coming back, I was like, oh, here it goes. They scored. They need to stop. And Josh, you're not getting this ball back. No. Now you're going to get this ball back. I'm going to score the winning touchdown to seal the game away. And that's what makes Josh Allen so special. I think people don't understand how much he competes. He hates to lose, right? And he does a great job hiding on the interviews, right? Oh, yeah, Pat, a good game. We'll see him again. But his mind, I cannot wait to go play 15 for the Chiefs. And he showed it, though. And another thing I want to go back to Pat. Pat is struggling right now, right? And I want to say he's trying to, I don't want to say do too much, but your number one receiver is hurt, right? Your best receiver in free agency you got, right, or a trade with Hollywood Brown, he's hurt. So now you're trying to find a way to do all these different answers. Kelsey is playing decent, a little older, not really the same, and you're trying to do everything so fast. Probably your most explosive player is a rookie right now, right, from Xavier Worthy. So trying to get him involved, like that's the first pick he threw. I'm thinking to the tight end. That's a Pat. If he had that pass again, he's gonna make that play. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking right now, the Chiefs trying to find themselves. Even though they're 9-1, this is the good thing about them is they're trying to find themselves and they're 9-1.
Yeah. James, when I was watching Pat and Josh, they look different. Josh looks like he's playing at a different level right now. That 4th and 2 that we showed while Shady was talking, Josh Allen knew hey, big dog, I'm putting this team on my back. I'm gonna find a way to win this game. Is he your front runner legitimately?
Ah, man. I know Lamar just lost.
4 losses, by the way.
I know, but I know the way Lamar been looking too. But yes.
You always do that.
Yes, he is the MVP frontrunner right now. What I loved about watching Josh Allen play, he knew in his mind, I have to be the one to do this.
Yes, you do.
I know I done had plenty of battles with Patty Mahomes. Lost a lot of them in the playoffs, won by 13 seconds. When you watch Josh Allen in that football game, he knew I have to be the one to put this game away. If you watch the last play of the game, it was a pass play. My man, and he hurry up and pump like it was a pass. No, I'm finishing this game. And that's how you have to beat Patrick Mahomes. That's how you're going to have to play to get to the Super Bowl. He is playing at an elite level. You already talked about he does not have the supporting cast of the Lamar Jacksons and the other MVP, the Jared Goffs, the other MVP front runners that you have on your list, the Saquon Barkleys, whoever. He does not have that supporting cast. Josh Allen is doing a lot of this by himself. His defense is helping him out playing well, but Josh Allen was the best player on the field clearly, and we all know who else was on that football field.
Chase, remember, they faced each other. Right? Somebody asked me today in preparation, Acho, Lamar and Josh faced each other. Lamar was the best player on the field. I suggest 2 thoughts. 1, Amari Cooper wasn't on the team at that point in time. Different character. 2, now that Lamar has 2 losses, 2 more losses than Josh Allen. Lamar 7-4, Josh Allen 9-2. I, as a voter, can't overlook 2 losses. I can overlook 1 loss, by all means. I can overlook 1 loss, but 7-4 compared to a 9-2 record, that's not comparable. The Ravens are currently the 6th seed. Like, they're the 6th seed. The Chargers are looking at the Ravens eye to eye like, hey, big dog, we might kick y'all about these playoffs. So, for me, Shady, that's why Josh currently has the edge.
No, and I'm right there with you. You know, last week we talked about this. Who's the front runner right now? We said it's Lamar Jackson. But the second question was, well, how far apart is him and Josh Allen? Yeah. We said, they real close. And that's how good these quarterbacks are both playing. I will say that I would give the edge to Josh because, like, you talked about the losses, right? They were 8-2 or something like that.
9-2 now.
9-2 now. And you beat the number 1 team in the NFL, the defending champs. And you beat Patrick Mahomes. All that matters. And I think the supporting cast that Josh has right now is not that great, and he's still carrying the load. So, and like another thing is when we talked about before the year started, well, they even win their division, and it was like, they could, they should, they may. We didn't know.
Blowing out the
And he's
division.
showing y'all, look, don't ever disrespect me ever again. And Josh, I will never do that again, dog. I would never doubt Josh like that again.
But not only that, we all know in the National Football League, it's a week-to-week league.
That's true. No, that is true.
It is a week-to-week league. We cannot come up here and you ain't score a touchdown on offense or didn't score a touchdown until 2 minutes left in the game, Lamar Jackson. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, you supposed to be the MVP. You didn't score a touchdown till 2 minutes left in the game.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.